Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and this is Wednesday Night with Chaos, or Wednesday Night Coffee with Chaos, or something like that. I don't know. I lost my 3x5 card. Anyway, here's my coffee. And I got some chaos in some comic books here. And if that's not enough chaos for you, how about this for some? My little fall. This is the same chair, by the way. Temporarily fixed it. I got a new one coming. It'll be here Monday. So hopefully I won't fall tonight. But yeah. So what am I talking about tonight? Well, I've got some comics for you. Of course, comics that I pressed. I've got a partial long box that I'll be showing you, and some magazines that I picked up over the weekend, and some low-grade comics that are actually complete. I might try to do some conservation on. I don't know. Some of them are tough. Some of them are actually a little on the, I don't want to say rare, but they're uncommon. You don't see them very often. Matter of fact, there's one in there I've never seen before. I had to look it up because I don't remember ever even hearing of a copy. And it turns out there's only 5 on the CGC census. So it could be rare, but chances are it's just really uncommon. So I think it will if I don't, tilt one way or the other or try to bend over while sitting in the chair. I think it'll hold for that. I've got it fixed with I put some super glue on, to hold it down. Then I wrap that with tape. Then I wrap that with some plastic wrap, some of this stuff. And then I put I've got some metal supports that I got for putting wood together, but then I didn't need them. So I used that and screwed those in on either side. Then I wrapped it again with the plastic wrap and some bubble wrap so that I won't scratch myself on the metal. So yeah, it takes a lot more than a chair falling over to hurt me. I'm pretty tough. So what am I talking about? The other day, Jason over at Archivist Adrift's channel put forth the argument that Captain Flash's appearance in Avengers 1 from 1954 was the first Silver Age superhero. Now, it's widely accepted that for at least 55 years that I know of, that Barry Allen as a Flash in the Showcase number 4, cover date October 1956, is the first Silver Age superhero. I decided to dig a little deeper and take a look. Yeah, okay. Yeah, my mouse, I figured out a way to keep my mouse from falling. How about that? How you doing, Kenneth? Glad to see you. Diecast. I kept thinking Diecast was on the West Coast. He's on the East Coast. So I don't know why I was thinking he was on the West Coast. Oh well. Anyway, I took a deeper look at this, and I wanted 2 criteria. The character has to have an actual impact on comics, and the character has to have staying power. Now, Captain Flash's first appearance and subsequent appearances total 8 issues. 4 in Avengers and 4 in Captain Flash. And then he disappeared into obscurity. Now, for me, that kind of lets him out as being the first Silver Age superhero. But we have another one. It brings us back to Showcase number 4, National Comics, DC. which is a revamped hero from the 1940s. And it's the first Silver Age superhero that had been revamped. But is he truly the first Silver Age superhero? Superman in the early 50s appeared in either a man or a Superboy in 5 comics. They were Superman, Action Comics, World's Finest, Superboy, and Adventure Comics. Now, National Comics took a risk, and they published a 6th Superman comic. And I'm talking about Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. And it was a success. Maybe that put some wheels into motion to where DC was thinking, you know, this might work. We might have something here. Now, I don't consider Jimmy Olsen #1 a Silver Age comic. Not at all. It's Atomic Age, Free Code, Golden Age, whatever you want to call it. It is not a Silver Age comic. But I would absolutely consider it the progenitor to the Silver Age. Because without them publishing that and having it successful, they may never have attempted newer superheroes. And they did do a new superhero. Cover date November 1955, Detective Comics number 225 introduced a new character, a new superhero that is still with us today. And I'm talking about, of course, the Martian Manhunter. First appearance, November 1955, about 6 months before The Flash. Barry Allen is The Flash. He has staying power. He had an impact. What was his impact? It showed DC Comics and National that a superhero could be successful. And maybe this is the key to going forward under these new rules set forth by the Comics Code Authority. That's a key. So what do? They revamped The Flash, the first superhero revamped from the Golden Age, in showcase number 4. They revamped Green Arrow. They our Green Lantern, the Atom, Hawkman. They created the Challengers of the Unknown. All of this in that 2-year period from 1954 to 1956, or 1955 to 1957. Now, I think the Martian Manhunter is the first true superhero of the Silver Age. However, I'm still of the mind that showcase number 4 kicked off the Silver Age precisely because it was the first time a Golden Age hero had been completely revamped for a new age of comics. And that is why I say showcase number 4 is the first. It kicks off the Silver Age. Martian Manhunter, first Silver Age superhero, new superhero. Argue with me. Let me know why I'm wrong. And there's a lot of other heroes and heroines that came in right around 53 to 55, but none of them had staying power. Barry Allen stayed with us until mid-80s when they decided to kill him off. And now he's back again. So you can't kill off a good character forever anymore. So, and that's my argument for Jason as to why showcase number 4 deserves to be the kickoff, the comic that kicked off the Silver Age, even though Martian Manhunter which is a Silver Age character by DC's own admission, because when they did the Silver Age Classics, one of the ones they did was Detective Comics 225 as a Silver Age classic. There's two things that kicked off the Silver Age. The first, the Comics Code Authority. Without the Comics Code Authority, I don't think we would have had a Silver Age of comics. And the second was the revamp of the Silver Age DC characters like the Flash, like Green Lantern, like the Atom. So that's that. If you disagree with me, let me know. If you don't disagree with me, let me know. If you don't care, well, that's cool. Let's go ahead and look at these comics that I did over the weekend, over the last week. These are the comics that I pressed. Some of them are still, just mid-grade because they have color breaking creases that I got the crease out, but the break is still there. So, and we're going to kick that off with Daredevil number 300. I consider it mid-grade. Lee Weeks did the cover. I really like this cover. Unfortunately, it has those spine creases and they break color. So I consider this still a mid-grade comic, even though it looks really nice. Turned out real nice. I like that. And then you might have seen this one before. This is Puss in Boots 511-576. Dick Brown did the cover, and this is the one that I conserved. We've got Sad Sack number 12. It's from, let's see, George Baker did the artwork, I think. I'm not sure about that. It looks like George Baker's art, and it's from 1967. Sales Boy Comics. How you doing, buddy? And in case you're wondering why I'm wearing a hoodie, got a little chilly here in Texas. And of course, my house is over 100 years old. So, I have air conditioning in the winter and heat in the summer. There's no insulation in this house. So, I'm doing good when I keep my office and the other room that I spend a lot of time in at about 65 degrees, which is, it's 66 right now. Might have to take off this. Next, we got Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane, number 166, I think. No, it's 125. It's from 1977. And that turned out really nice. Very happy with the way that turned out. I think this is better than the one in my collection, so I'll probably be swapping those out. Or maybe that is the one from my collection. I don't know. American Flag, number 31. The first American flag that Howard Chaykin did not do the cover on. This cover is done by Mark Badger. And it's from 1986. I found a bunch more Cerebus that have stains in them, and I'm just gonna press them and humidify them, press them, and go for it. And I'm not worried about the stains because I'm not ever going to get rid of these. And this was from 1981. Cerebus number 30. No, there's no insulation in the walls. I've seen what's inside the walls. The house was actually revamped in the early 60s, and when they didn't bother putting insulation in it. Patrick, glad you could stop in. Always glad to see you. Next, we have Classics Illustrated Junior number 548-576. from 1968. I have a bunch of these. You're going to see more of them. Who did the cover on this? Bill Walsh did the cover on this, I think. Yep. Bill Walsh did the cover. Next, we have the new DN Agents #1 from 1985, I believe. Yes, 1985. Mitch Schauer, Schauer, did the artwork on the cover. Really nice. Of course, we have to have one of these. Captain Victory and the Galactic Rangers #4 from 1982, and Jack Kirby did the cover on that. From 1965, Pat Masuli did the cover on this Cheyenne Kid #53. I'm not really familiar with Pat Masuli, but I like his art, or at least on this cover I do. We have Archie and Me from 1970. This is #36, and Dan DiCarlo did the artwork on the cover. Next up, we have George Wilson doing Brothers of the Spear. This is the gold key version of Brothers of the Spear #10 from 1974. We have Tarzan #48 from 1953. Of course, photo cover. Conan the Barbarian #5. Barry Windsor Smith did the cover and the interior art. It's from 1971. A lot of people think this Conan kicks off the Bronze Age, but really, no. The Bronze Age, I lived during that time. You know, I was buying comics at that time. I was in high school. And we used to talk about what's going to be the next age of comics. This is, you know, in 1970, 71, 72, me and my comic collector friends would talk about what is going to be the next age. And we were pretty sure they'd call it Bronze Age, but when are they going to make it start? Would it be 1968 when Marvel exploded, or would it be later? And we couldn't decide. The older people I knew said it's a bunch of crap. It's a current age. Just enjoy it. And the only thing I can think of that really, from the start of the Golden Age to the start of the Silver Age, is roughly 15 years. From the start of the Silver Age to the start of the Bronze Age, as we know it today, is roughly 15 years. Nothing significant really happened to change comics at that point. So I can't point to any one comic to say this one starts the Silver Age. There is nothing there. It's easy to do with Silver Age. You've got, Showcase #4. It's easy to do with the Golden Age. You've got Action Comics #1. But there's nothing in there. Now, here's an interesting thought. From the start of the Bronze Age to the start of the Copper Age is roughly 15 years. So doesn't that mean the Copper Age should have gone until 1999 or 2000? Roughly another 15 years? No, it only goes 5 years. The modern age the modern age of comics has been with us for 35 years. The reason I want you to think about that, when the Silver Age started, Action Comics #1 was only like 31, 32 years old. Spider-Man #1 that's near the beginning of the modern age is a 35-year-old comic. It is older now than what Action Comics 1 was at the start of the Silver Age. Or no, at the start of the Bronze Age, excuse me. Think about that for a little while. Okay, but I digress. Here we are with Richie Rich Money World #9, and this is a Warren Kramer cover. It's actually attributed to him. It's one of the few Richie Rich comics that I've ever found that has an attribution to the artist. So there we go. Warren Kramer, Richie Rich Money World #9. And that's from 1974. And of course, I have Batlash #2, Nick Cardy cover. And just in case we were in question, there's Nick Cardy's signature right there. This came out in 1969. So Batlash killed the Silver Age, and then they went to the Bronze Age. I guess I could say that. Here we have American Flag #32 and another nice Mark Badger cover. It's from 1986. Service #31. Like I said, I don't worry about the stains on these. I just want them to be flat. Yeah. So I humidify them and burn them in my hot press and go for it. I don't really burn them. Here's another Magic picture. Still, Bill Walsh still did the cover art on it. It's also from 1968. It's exactly the same as the other one. New DNA Agents #2. And again, Mitch Schauer did the artwork in it, or on the cover. I think he does the interior art as well. Captain Victory and the Galactic Rangers #5, another Jack Kirby cover. There's a Cheyenne Kid #57, and Luis Domingos did the cover on this. And another guy who's I'm not very familiar with, but I really like his artwork. This is Archie and Me #37, and Joe Edwards did the artwork on this cover. Now, I showed you Brothers of the Spear #10 a little while ago. I'm going to show you another one, but this is not the same. See, this is the Whitman Brothers of the Spear. It's still considered from 1974, but it's the Whitman variant, and it came in the 3-packs, 3 or 5 packs. I don't remember which, but it came in the packaged comics for the big box stores. And of course, George Wilson did the artwork. We have Tarzan #49. This will probably be the last Tarzan I show for a while. Another photo cover from 1953. Methyl cellulose is like a sizing agent, but you can mix it thicker and use it as a paste. And it doesn't hurt comics. I mean, think about it. Paper is cellulose. This is just methyl cellulose. So, yeah, it doesn't hurt them. You shouldn't apply it too thick. I do a fairly thin version when I put it on there. Got to be careful with it, as anytime you put anything on a cover, you want to be careful with it. But I don't just do it on covers. When I'm working on an interior page, I'll put it on the interior pages as well. No. It does not restore gloss. There's very few things that will restore gloss. Um, the best thing in the world to do if you have a comic without gloss, or that the gloss is faded a little bit, you go ahead and clean it, dry clean it. Use a cotton round and very gently buff it out. That sometimes will bring some gloss back. But you got to get the dirt off of it first. Speaking of which, the Conan number 6, another Barry Windsor Smith comic, low grade. Got some missing stuff up there. I like nori paste because it's rice based. It's a rice based paste and it's pretty strong. And I used to make my own rice paste. So nori paste for me is great because I don't have to make it anymore. It's a pain in the butt to make. So yeah, I use them both. It depends on what I'm doing. It depends on what I'm doing to the comic as to which one I want to use as a paste. Next we have Sad Sack World number 18. George Baker did the cover on this one, as can be seen by his signature down below. And this is from 1968. And finally, Batlash number 3. It's a shame this one has this problem up in this corner here. If it weren't for that, this might make it into the high grade. But because of that, I went ahead and put it mid grade. Nick Cardy did the cover, and he has just Cardy right there. So. No, actually, for Dingujo paper, I use nori paste more often than not. There are times when I might want to use methyl cellulose. It depends on. It just depends on how I feel at the time. Either one is fine. Now, since we're talking about that, and I got a whole bunch of crap comics. I mean, really crap. No covers, nothing. They're incomplete. I'll probably be harvesting staples from most of them. But there were some that were actually complete, but they need some work. Some of them need a lot of work. And I'm going to show those next. I got these this week in that box of crap comics that I got. It's about 2/3 of a short box full of crap. But like I said, sometimes you find a gem in the crap. You got to look. This is one of them, Buster Brown, Out of This World. I didn't bother checking the date on this, but it's kind of neat. Basically, it needs deacidification. It needs the cover, the spine split repaired, and it needs some addition down here. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If anything, I proved that he is not the very first Silver Age superhero. The very first Silver Age superhero, Martian Manhunter. See, it wasn't the Avenger you were talking about. It was Captain Flash. Captain Flash only lasted 8 issues, and then disappeared into obscurity. How can that be the first Silver Age superhero? You need somebody that's going to last. You go back and watch the beginning when you get a chance. Yeah, it's in pretty bad shape. Absolutely. Yep. But yeah, the Martian Manhunter is the one that I would put as the first Silver Age superhero, even though he came about 6 months before Showcase #4, because he's still with us today. Let's take a look at the next one I found. This is a Walt Disney's Donald Duck, and it's from July of 1963. It needs some help, and a lot of these I want to work on just as practice. And, Archie's Girl, Betty and Veronica, number 85. This is from 1963 also. And a little Lulu. Yep. There's nothing wrong with this comic, right? Doesn't it appears to look pretty good? Nah. Interestingly enough, this Rat Chew or whatever it was doesn't go into the panels. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of leaf casting on this one. Probably. Yeah, I would say he's the first Silver Age superhero, and then the Flash kicks off the Silver Age, so to speak. The Showcase #4 kicks it off because it is, well, just watch my first part of my video and you'll understand. Here's another Archie comic, Adventures of the Jaguar. And it's missing a big chunk here. I'm trying to decide, do I want to find a cover and print out that section and just put it in there and consider it as restored, or do I want to just fill it? It's not in that bad a shape except for that big chunk out of the cover. This is Combat #2 from Dell Comics. I think this is 1963 also. It's in pretty bad shape. Full split on the seam, and then of course down here it has some problems. Actually, what truly started the Silver Age was the Comics Code Authority, the adoption of the Comics Code Authority. That is the true reason we have a Silver Age. It changed everything. Here's one I don't have any copies of, and so I have to try to fix this one so it can go in my collection. Peter Porkchops, #62. 1956. No, the Comics Code came out, I think, in either 54 or 55. I'm thinking mid 54. It might have been mid 55. Anyway, Peter Porkchops, #62. I've never owned a Peter Porkchops comic. I got to get that one fixed up a little bit. Strange Adventures, #132. All of these have the back covers. They're complete. They have all the interior pages. They have the back and front cover. So I think they deserve a little bit of love when I have time to do them. Adventure Comics, #277. I don't have this in my collection, so got to give it some help so I can put it in the collection. This is Uncle Charles Fables number 3. I have never heard of this comic. This is absolutely brand new to me, but I kind of like it. And it's published, I think it's published by Gilberton. The same people that published the Classics Illustrated and Classics Illustrated Junior. Yeah, that's Combat number 2 from 1962 or 1963. I don't remember which, Michael. This next one is a standard comics. Super Mouse, number 24, The Big Cheese. It has some problems, and most of these have a full spine split. This is New Romances, number 5. The Perfect Crime, number 22. And this next one is in really sad shape. I have never seen a copy of it before. There are only 5 on the CGC census. I'm not going to say it's rare, but it's definitely an uncommon book. And it's A Date with Patsy, starring Patsy Walker, number 1. And Patsy Walker, of course, is still with us in the Marvel Universe. So this one is not going to be easy. And I'll probably start working on one of those. I'm not sure which one, but I'll probably start working on one of those as my next conservation, because I put the other comics that I want to conserve all in a place that I'd be able to find them, and I have no clue what I did with them. So until I find them, I can't do much with them. Oh, Herbie was great. I used to read Herbie all the time when I was young. In the early 70s, Herbie comics were expensive. You know, you're talking $10, $15, $20 a piece for them. Now, not so much. Let's go to the next box. The next box that I'm going to show the magazine size stuff, starting with a trade paperback that I was very happy to get and I can't wait to sit down and start reading it. It's The Book of Mr. Natural, Profane Tales of That Old Mystic Madcap, and it is by R. Crumb. If you aren't familiar with Crumb's artwork, shame on you. That's all I have to say about that. I don't know if I'm going to collect it or not, Michael. I just want to fix it up. Next, we have Comic Scene number 10. I should be able to sell that to a Star Wars collector if I don't decide to keep it myself. Got the Rampaging Hulk number 4. Howard the Duck number 5. Dracula. Or is that Duckula? I don't know. Howard the Duck number 8. Myriad number 5 with Cerebus on the cover. I wonder what year that is. 1981, so that's early Cerebus. Okay, I'm confused now. I thought you were arguing for him. Oh, okay. Well, the Avenger didn't last that long either. There's a comic scene number 5 featuring probably my all-time favorite comic book artist or comic artist, as most of his stuff was in the Sunday pages. That's Bern Hogarth. He literally wrote the book on anatomy for artists. Uh, Dynamic uh, fingers, faces, and hands, dynamic anatomy, all of that stuff. Uh, One of the greatest comic artists ever, if not the greatest. Personal opinion. Got another copy of this. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the poster. In the Days of the Mob. I'd say number 1, but there was only ever one of them. Mm, I'd have to recheck my research on that because I found a lot of other characters that were created about that same time frame. They just didn't last. There's a comic scene number 7. Actually, I have quite a few comic scenes. I might have to keep these. Comic scenes number 6. The best of. Warriors of the Shadow Realm, number 11. I don't know if the fold out is in there or not. I haven't looked in these. I'm doing a temporary repair on this. I did a temporary repair on this chair. I have a new one coming. It'll be here Monday, supposedly. Batman, Son of the Demon. I actually have a hardcover of this. There's a comic scene number 8. Howard the Duck, number 7. I don't think I'd go that far. He definitely in the top 5, but I don't know if I'd say best. Top 5, definitely. As far as creation of a character. But I wouldn't put him as number 1. I don't know who I do number 1. I guess I'll have to work that out someday. There's a Mad Magazine number 550. Yeah, but it didn't last very long. There was only 4 issues of Avenger. Yeah, definitely did. This is an Epic Illustrated from 1985, and I do not recognize this cover. So this might be one of the ones I don't have. I know I have a lot of them. From Eclipse, a new Metamorphosis Odyssey book. The Price by Jim Starlin. Well, what about the Avengers with John Steed and Emma Peel? Here's Warriors of the Shadow Realm, a Marvel Weird World Super Special, number 13. Oh, this is cool. JC Comics Group. JCP features Thunder Agents, number 1. This is magazine size. I'm not sure when this came out. Probably looks $2 for a magazine size, maybe the 80s. I don't know. I'll check it out eventually. Comic Scene number 11. Myriad number 6. Uh, the Wizard Superman Tribute Edition. I have like 3 of these. I have one that's still in the original plastic. I have one that's out of the plastic. And now I have another one. A nice metallic 90s metal goodness. This was a kind of, I think I'm gonna frame this one. Uh, this is a one sheet promo for previews. I do have the previews issue that has the black cover, but I've never owned this particular thing that I remember. And no, I take it back. I did own one at one time. I have no idea what happened to it. You don't want to know what I paid for my Fantastic Four number 48 when I had it. It will make you groan. And it was, I would have put it very fine to near mint. I always used to buy my comics at a store or at a shop, most of the time at a store. I've never done a subscription. Got a Marvel graphic novel here. And even though I've been thinking about selling my Marvel graphic novels, I think this is one I'll be keeping. Even though it's Amazing Spider-Man, and I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, it's by Bernie Wrightson. Got to keep it. What year did I get it? 1969. Paid about 50 cents for it. I got it in 1969. I sold all my Fantastic Four in 1976 before I joined the Army. I sold them all. I had all but like number 4, number 5. I don't remember which. That's okay. I bought. I was fighting with a guy over buying Amazing Spider-Man #1 from him, and he didn't know much about comics, but he knew a #1. It's got to be worth something. So he wanted $15 for it, and I didn't want to pay $15 for it because I knew a place that I could buy one for like 12. So finally, I said, "Look, I will pay you the $15 if you throw in that number 15." And he said, "Sure." And that's how I got Amazing Spider-Man #1 and Amazing Fantasy 15 for $15 for both of them, and sold them later on for $90 a piece. People go nuts when I say I sold them for $90 a piece, but you got to remember that was in the early to mid 70s, and $90 a piece for those two comics was a huge price and an enormous profit. Probably Superman #9. It still needs a lot of work. That's one that I'm doing restoration work on. It's too far gone to do well, no, I take it back. Be Ace Comics. I have an old Ace Comics from 1939. So that would be the oldest one I have. Interestingly enough, they were talking about this next thing Sunday night on Dr. Paul's show. Marvel Masterworks, Fantastic Four, numbers 1 through 10. As far as I can tell, it's a first print. Definitely something that will probably end up on eBay. And it's in pretty good shape. The only way I would keep this is if it was signed, and it's not, so I don't care about it. So that's that. The only thing I have left is about 3/4 of a long box. This is mostly newer stuff. Well, for me, it's all newer stuff. I'm going to push the chair back so I don't have to go nuts. So let's see what I got. And a lot of this is really newer. Batman Hush. This is number 159, Legacy 924. Batman is getting ready to hit 1,000. Buffy, season 8, number 1. Without a Virgin variant. Amazing Spider-Man, number 2. No, this is an earlier issue of Ace Comics. That's in pretty nice shape. That's actually somewhere in my collection. I'll dig it out and show it to you next week if I remember. Or I'll just show it in one of my videos. Justice League Unlimited, number 5. I wish they'd start putting dates on the covers again. It drives me crazy they don't have dates on the covers anymore. Here's another copy of that Buffy. And these, I guess he got these, I guess these came out of some, these are individually wrapped. I guess this is Batman and Superman 1. And they're really thin. Justice League Dark. And that's the original price right there. And like I said, they're really thin. Superman Lost. Joker #1. Marvel Comics Presents number 94. That's a nice Sam Keith cover, but I like that side better. I think they started in the last 8 to 10 years. People went variant crazy, and now they're doing all kinds of weird crap. Book 3 of Batman Full Moon. Venom 16. Amazing Spider-Man 3. All-Star Superman #1. I really want to get this whole series so I can read it. There's a couple that I'm missing, and I don't remember which ones they are. Batman White Knight #3. This is another one I want to get all of so I can read. Fantastic Four #2. Oh, here's something good. Star Slayer, The Log of the Jolly Roger #1. I'm not a fan of most of the Marvel stuff. I used to be, but I just I guess I grew out of it. I don't know. I'm just not a huge Marvel fan anymore. I think part of that is because I never really saw a Marvel comic until around 1969. And then I rushed and I collected a bunch of them. I collected pretty much all of them. And then I sold them all. I just didn't care about them and sold them all. DC Comics, I've always read DC Comics. The first comic book I ever read was a DC comic. So it was a Superman. Star Slayer #4. Mike Grell goodness on these covers. Oh, this one, I should probably open this one up so you can see the whole cover. Amazing Spider-Man #163. Like I said, it's new stuff. When you started reading comics in the 60s, this is new stuff. Nice. Oh, they're nice. They're good. I have most of them. I might have all of them. Probably working on a second or third set now. Amazing Spider-Man Annual #17. Speaking of the Green Goblin, here's Amazing Spider-Man #180. Amazing Spider-Man #145. The Legion of Monsters #2. I think somewhere I have a Legion of Monsters #1. Star Wars Visions #1. A couple of copies of that. West of Sundown, #1. Blow Away, #1. Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen, #3. Oblivion Song, #1. The Madness. One of these days, I'm going to do a dollar sale. It's not going to be on a Wednesday night, and I'll probably have a bunch of the PC comics in there. I don't know when exactly. So I don't know. There's a Minor Arcana. That's interesting. It's got round corners. It has round corners. You don't have to worry about the corners being rounded because they come pre-rounded. Bitter Root, The Next Movement, Ashcan. Justice League Dark, #9. Bang, #1. Silver Surfer Rebirth, #4. It's a variant. Batman 44. I have a copy of this, but I have the dollar edition, so glad to get that one. Poison Ivy 31. Not all of them. Some of them I just bought because they looked cool. Some of them I've cleaned up a little bit. I do occasionally reroot Barbies, put new hair in the head when they're in really bad shape. But I've fallen way behind on that. It going through and identifying Barbie dolls is really rough. But a lot of that stuff I just picked up in thrift stores because it was cheap. And I used to do regular sales with some people on Friday nights, and I don't do them anymore. And a lot of that stuff I picked up just for that. So, yeah, it is what it is. I'll sell it all eventually. Batman, the New 52, #9. I have no idea what this is. I have to open it to find out. Oh, okay. Something is Killing the Children, #17. No, that's Vampirilla. That is actually a model. It's a resin model kit that I bought and painted back in the 90s. And I was using a brush to paint it. And another guy that was doing something similar, he was doing one also. He was airbrushing it. He said, "You can't paint that with a brush. You got to use an airbrush." And after it was finished, and we put them both side by side to let his customers decide which one they liked best. And mine was overwhelmingly the one they liked best. So, yeah, Red Sonja, and Red Sonja has red hair, not black hair. So there's Action Comics number 847. Aquaman 42, the Teen Titans Go variant cover. I don't have a copy of Aquaman 42. That's nice to get. New 52, Detective Comics number 19. Batman 92, the Punchline variant cover that I have like 20 or 30 of them because I pick them up all the time. Batman Superman number 1. There's other stuff besides DC in here. All right, more. I'm still collecting up the New 52. What I've read of it, I liked. I haven't read that much of it though. So here's another Justice League Dark number 9. Batman Detective Comics New 52 number 2. Another White Knight number 3. Oh, this is a nice one to get. The Batman Who Laughs number 1. This is a Capullo variant. Wonder Woman Evolution number 2. Harley Quinn number 13. I don't know which Harley Quinn number 13 it is, but it's Harley Quinn number 13. It says Batman only in theaters, so it must be fairly recent. The Joker number 10. Also featuring Punchline. Yeah, DC really pushes Punchline, but she's not as popular as Harley, and I don't think she ever will be. The Flash number 786. It's kind of a cool cover. DC's Dead Planet number 3. Batman Black and White number 4. Amazing Spider-Man number 70. The Forever Maps number 1. Beautiful cover. Inside's not bad either. A lot of times you buy a newer comic and the cover's beautiful and the inside art stinks. Catwoman number 1. Batman 17 from the New 52. DC versus Vampires number 3. There's a lot of DC. I must have seen me coming. Justice League number 50. Harley Quinn 31. Batman 24. Amazing Spider-Man number 8. X Factor 85. It appears to be still in the original wrapper, so it does have the trading card with it. Yeah, Catwoman is originally from the 40s, but she was a villain from Batman villain from the 40s. Don't remember exactly what her first appearance was in the 40s. Of course, in the Silver Age, her first appearance was in a Lois Lane comic. So Lois Lane number 9 or 8 or something like that. Batman Killing Time number 6. Death Metal, The Multiverse Who Laughs, number 1. I think this is one of the Death Metal ones I'm missing. I'm not sure. Harley Quinn number 34. Elverine number 2. Tony Stark Iron Man number 5. Batman 65. Dark Knights Rising, The Wild Hunt, number 1. Metallic cover. Harley Quinn, number 11. And Power Girl. Batman 17. Dark Crisis, Worlds Without a Justice League, Green Lantern number 1. Batman the Dark Knight number 26. No, I just put it on the comic before I put the pulp in. I will add, if I'm using newsprint to make my pulp, I'll add a little tiny bit of calcium hydroxide, but I don't add methyl cellulose to the pulp. The Flash number 786. My least favorite Catwoman. Let's not go there. I'll get in trouble. Flashpoint Beyond, number 6. I'm pretty sure this is a Superman comic. I don't know why I think that. I don't know what issue it is. I don't recognize the cover, so I don't have it, but you know. But I'm pretty sure that's a Superman comic. Or yet another Justice League Dark number 9. All new collector's item issue with a question mark. Batman number 118. DC's War of the Undead Gods number 2. I think I've got like 6 copies of that running around somewhere. Catwoman 44. Predator versus Spider-Man number 2. Oh, yeah. I might have to hang on to this. It's a Hillbilly trade paperback, volume 1. We'll set that over there. I've read a couple of the Hillbilly comics. I really like them. So, Manifest Destiny #1, Volume 1, trade paperback. Madman #4. #12. #3. A different #3. #2. #11. Madman Jam #2. Madman Jam #1. I like Mike Allred's art. I'm going to think about going through and keeping those too. Batman #40. Detective Comics #22 from the New 52. Wonder Woman #2 from 2006. Why? Oh, yeah, this is a good one. New Teen Titans #16 with the first appearance of Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo Crew. As a preview. Well, if I find it in here. Guardians of the Galaxy #50. Shiny. Yet another copy of Darker Image, just what I didn't need. I have way too many copies of this, but oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I do need this one because it has the max trading card on it. So that's actually a good one. Ooh, this one I don't have. Timothy Truman art. Grimjack #1. I like that. I'll be hanging on to that one. That'll go in my first comics collection. Dead Boy Detectives #1 from Vertigo. RWBY Justice League #1. Silver Sable #1. I have all the Silver Sable comics, unless they printed more since I got the last one. And there's a bit of a gap in years between the next to the last one and the last one. It's like a 20-year gap. But yeah, I like Silver Sable. It's a good character. Warlock Chronicles #1. A lot of 90s stuff here. Bishop #1. Hawkman #1. Metallic gold cover. I don't remember if I have a copy of that or not. Probably not. Harley Quinn #8. Batman '97. Detective Comics #783, I think. Yep, 783. Batman '82, City of Bane. New 52, Batman, number 21. Deceased, Dead Planet, number 2. Detective 39, New 52. Detective 16, New 52. Flash 21. Batman Beyond the White Knight, number 1. New 52, Harley Quinn, number 0. And most of the number zeros fell between number 12 and number 13, I think. Batman 73. Madman Comics, number 4. Madman 13. Madman 4. Madman Comics, number 2. Madman 1. Madman 8. Madman 9. Madman 10. Oh, something for my Valiant collection. I don't have this. Ninjak, number 2. I don't much talk about my Valiant collection for some reason. I guess I'm a little ashamed of it. Mad Comics, number 1. Zen, the Intergalactic Ninja, 0. Shiny goodness from the 90s. More shiny goodness from the 90s. Yet more shiny goodness from the 90s. There's 3 of those. Zen, the Intergalactic Ninja, number 1. That's a collector's issue. You can tell because it says so right here. It says collector's issue. So, yeah, it's a historic collector's issue because it says so. And it's a newsstand. And a Sam Keith cover. Frank Miller's Ronin, number 1. I can finally start reading it. Number 2. Another copy of Grimjack, number 1. Number 3. A Ninjak, number 1. I have plenty of those. Deadpool 34. Spider-Man One More Day sketchbook. X-Force number 1. Interesting thing about this is the guy I got these comics from, he bought this X-Force from me because I had a 3x5 card on the back of it. That's how I know he bought it from me. I don't know which card is in it, if it has a card at all. Shatterstar. Uncanny X-Force number 1. Marvel Comics Presents number 90. I'm not going to take it out of the bag so we can look at the flip cover of Wolverine. We'll just look at the Ghost Rider cover. Moon Knight Legacy number 190. True Believers number 1. Conan the Barbarian. I think this is their first appearance of Red Sonja. I think that is a reprint of the first appearance of Red Sonja. I'm not going to swear to it, but I think it is. First appearance of Red Sonja. It's a reprint. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I actually am missing that issue. I think that's number 23. It's one of those early Conans that I'm missing. There's not a lot of them. There's actually some older comics in here. Okay, Wolverine, War Machine, Vengeance, New Warriors. Marvel Comics presents number 155. I didn't know it went up that high. Yeah, I know they did. Yeah, I know they did, and I have probably 500,000 in my other room. Marvel Zombies Spotlight. There's a couple of them. Sinister War number 3. Web of Spider-Man number 1, not the Web of Spider-Man number 1 that I collect. But I have a copy of Web of Spider-Man number 1, the original. Daredevil 36. There's another Web of Spider-Man number 1. Daredevil number 9. I don't think I have this one, Daredevil 250. Thank you, Sales Boy Comics, for the information for people. The Mighty Thor, number 26. From Oni Press. Spaceman. Madman 1. There's a lot of Madman in here. 2. 6. All right, Will, we'll see you later. 7. Madman Comics number 6. Madman Comics number 7. Number 8. Number 11. Number 10. Number 5. Number 4. Number 3. Number 2. Number 5. Then we have Madman number 3. Giant Size Incredible Hulk number 1. Power Man and Iron Fist, number 87. Batman, The Long Halloween, number 1. I don't think this is the original number 1. It might be. The Last Halloween. Not The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. Batman 28, New 52. Uncanny X-Force, number 2. G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes, The Origin. Poison Zero from London Night. Don't have this one. Dark Reign, The Hood. Ultraman, I don't remember which issue this is. It might be number 1. There's 3 issues of this. I have all 3 of them somewhere. Werewolf by Night, number 1. Yeah. Here's some good stuff. Showcase presents Hawkman. It's number 103. Showcase number 103. Showcase number 102. Showcase 96. And Showcase 94. And believe it or not, I was looking at these on eBay the other day, and I'm glad I decided not to buy them. Because, yeah, here they are. I like Showcase. I would like to get them all, but I can't afford it. There's a couple of them that are just too darned expensive, like number 4. Iron Man, number 131. Another darker image. Another Max. Suicide Squad, AMC exclusive. Quick Stop Comics. The Secret Origin of Blunt Man and Chronic. Probably end up hanging on to that for some reason. Spider-Man number 389. Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 505. Amazing Spider-Man 53. Amazing Spider-Man 580. Amazing Spider-Man 521. Deadpool, Black, White, and Blood, number 3. Michael, do you need this one? If Michael Mayrind is still in the... do you need this one? If you do, just let me know. I'm going to set it off to the side for you. Savage Dragon number 12. Enter She-Dragon. Okay, then I'm not going to set it off to the side for you. I thought you were collecting those at one time. I guess you got them all. Spider-Man number 350. Amazing Spider-Man. Dreadstar number 1. Jim Starlin. I think I need this one too. I'm not sure. From Epic Comics and Mobius's Airtight Garage. Good stuff there. Detective Comics number 567. Star Slayer number 5. Another Star Slayer number 4. Marvel .1, Hulk 30.1. Daredevil Reborn number 1. Yeah, I'll have to go back and see if I can find it. Amazing Spider-Man 47. I agree. Most of the stuff Mike Grell does is good read. Like it's John Sable Freelance. That was a good read too. Sensational She-Hulk number 7. And number 6. And number 8. Marvel Superheroes featuring Hulk and Submariner number 46. Another X-Force. Mighty Marvel Must-Haves number 2. Comics Interview number 5. What a shame. It got wet. I can see tide marks on the inside pages. It's okay. I'll humidify it and I'll make it decent. Usagi Yojimbo, A Wanderer's Road number 1. And Dark Arc number 11. That's it. That's all that box. Of course, I still have a box and a half of other stuff from a couple of weeks ago. Deadpool, Art of War. Okay. When I find it, I'll throw it in your box. Along with some miscellaneous other stuff that I just feel like throwing in there. I think that's going to be it for tonight. I barely touched my coffee and my throat's about to give out. I'm just looking for that. Too much Spider-Man crap. Of course, you know I'm going to end up going through these multiple times. Just pulling out some things I know I want to keep. There's a ton of that I want to keep. Great show. I showed a whole bunch of comics. Cool. We like comics. We like seeing comics. Comics are good. I have more than I can possibly read. I figured one time, a while back, that if I read 10 comics a day for the rest of my life, I wouldn't read all my comics. Assuming I live to be 100. I'll find it for you, Michael. And yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. Everybody, have yourself a great rest of the week. Drop another video on Friday, and who knows when I'm going to drop something else. In the meantime, everybody, have yourself a happy Halloween, which is coming up this week, I believe on Friday. Yeah, Friday. And after that, have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time. If I forget to put up the video, I'm still going to go live, okay? If I don't put up a preview, I'm still going to go live. I don't know what to do. I got way too much stuff. Take care, everybody. Night. And like I said, have yourself a great rest of the week and happy Halloween. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.